Humane manufacturing mats reduce bedding costs. They cushion animals' joints and muscles. Mats will not absorb moisture and animal fluids. All of our recycled rubber mats and rubber floor products are made using only the best of the best, clean, green, and recycled. Antibacterial and antifungal agents are added during the manufacturing process, guaranteed not to curl or buckle as you see here. Rubber mats use the Lock Tough system. Use Humane manufacturing stall mats for all of your needs. Speaking of horses is made possible by Equessentials Horse Care Products, for products developed by a horse person, for horse people, and horse use. Please check out Equessentials Horse Products. They have all the products you need to perfectly care for your horse's coat and physical appearance and well-being. Equessentials. Well, welcome to our March report for World of Equine News right here on Speaking of Horses. We're really glad to have you join us, and we're going to kick right off with some news from the Kentucky Horse Park. 3 of America's top horse shows happen at the Kentucky Horse Park. The North American Riders Group has released its second annual report of the top 25 horse shows. 3 of those shows are held in Kentucky annually: the Altec National Horse Show, the Kentucky Spring Horse Shows, and the Equine FEI North American Junior and Young Rider Championships. Now, the Kentucky Horse Park was the only facility in North America to host more than one top 25 show on that list. The North American Riders Group, representing the riders and owners in North America, is composed of the top horsemen from the United States, Canada, Mexico, and was formed with the goal of improving the sport of show jumping. The NARG Top 25 Horse Shows of 2011, the group stated that the North American Riders Group remained steadfast in achieving an essential goal, improving our sport so that once again, show jumping in North America will rank among the greatest in the world. Now we have news from England and their upcoming program this March called Awakening to Animals in England. Julie Lines, the International Animal Ambassador, intuitive animal communicator, author, teacher, and guide founder of The Voice of Animals, co-founder of Awakening to Animals International Conference. It'll be held this March 17th and 18th in England. Now, you can find out more about this by contacting them at an email, and that is animalmatters@aol.com. Right now, let's hear a bit from our friends in England as they tell you personally about some of their experiences with animal communication.
I'm Sue Reed from Animal Matters. I'm a telepathic animal communicator, and we help people and animals understand each other better.
Hello, I'm Julie Lines, and I'm founder of Voice of the Animals, and I'm an intuitive animal communicator.
I'm Elaine Downs, and I work with Sue. We run Animal Matters, and I'm also a telepathic animal communicator.
And together we're organising the Awakening to Animals conference. On the 17th and 18th of March 2012, the very first Awakening to Animals conference is being held at the Lowood Bay Hotel in the Lake District.
It's a fabulous hotel. It's got a nice conference suite. The rooms are beautiful. The views are phenomenal. The lake just shimmers, and all the boat trips are going along, and it's a fabulous setting for what's going to be a fabulous conference.
We've got a really amazing array of exceptional speakers, and our 2 keynote speakers. Our first one is Amelia Kincaid, who is a world-renowned animal communicator, hugely talented and very good at explaining the science behind how we can connect on a much more intuitive level with animals. And then our second keynote is a lovely lady called Linda Tucker, who's doing incredible work out in Africa. She's the founder of the Global White Lion Protection Trust, and she's going to be talking to us about some of the incredible work that she's doing out there.
As well as Linda and Amelia, we have 6 other speakers coming from all parts of the world who are going to be sharing with us the incredible work that they're doing to make animals a lot better and help us to understand them better. Everyone will have their own journey. Everyone will learn so much from being there, from opening their minds to hearing the different experiences that people have and understanding why it is sometimes that animals behave in the way that they do, and realising how much they can teach us and do teach us every single day.
Part of our idea for the conference was to help to create a like-minded community of people that really sort of get together regularly and continue to communicate with each other, so that we can all take action towards helping to build awareness and raise awareness around equality for all life.
You can book your tickets through the website, which is www.awakeningtoanimals.com. Just click on the Book Now button, the big red button, and you'll be taken straight through to the page.
If you have any questions or you'd like to talk to somebody about the conference, there is a Contact Us button on the website. Just hit that and write us a message, and we will get back to you as soon as we possibly can.
We hope that you'll be really keen to come along, and there are a limited number of tickets, so if you do want to come, we just encourage you to book your tickets as soon as you can, and we look forward to seeing you there for what's going to be an amazing weekend.
Well, now let's talk about Team Weber. Team Weber, well, they kicked off the 2012 season with a win. That's Chester Weber driving away with victory at the Sunshine State CDE at Florida's Horse Park. Now, that was news coming out of Ocala, Florida. Chester Weber kicked off that 2012 season, winning the Advanced Horse Team Division at the Sunshine State FEI Combined Driving event at the Florida Horse Park. Now, Chester, the 8-time United States National Four-in-Hand Champion, competed Splash, Boris W., Para, and Unique as a team to handily win that four-in-hand division by a margin of 85% over second place. Now, Weber added that Boris W. is a new horse, that his team, he's referring to it as the youngster of the team. He proved that he has the international star power during that Sunshine Combined Driving event. Boris W. did a great job in the 3 days in the left lead and is now qualified for the WC in Riesenbach, and we all should know that we need him there. Weber said that Boris W.'s teammates gained great success during the 2011 season when Splash and Unique, owned by Jane Forbes Clark, and Para, owned by Weber, won the National Combined Driving Four-in-Hand Horse of the Year title. Well, we'll be right back. Coming up, an interview with Kate Chennery Tweety on the new Secretariat book and a CHA interview, so stay with us. Andis, professional, lightweight, versatile grooming tools for a best-in-show finish with every stroke. With Andis Power Stroke, you have a heavy-duty, high-speed, power groom for professional results every time you clip. Also, get great horse grooming tips from Dana Boyd Miller and from Andis. Check us out at andis.com, also on Facebook and Twitter. Gooseberry Natural Feed was created to provide healthy products, basic nutrition, and enhance the digestive system and process in all equines. Gooseberry has certified organic ingredients for a total health feed. To learn more about Gooseberry Natural Feed, contact them at gooseberrynaturalfeed.net. You know, the CHA, or Certified Horsemanship Association, is a long-standing association dedicated to certifying instructors across North America and the world to assure the quality of instruction in riding facilities available to the public. Recently in Pomona, California, we caught up with Christy Landwehr and a few of her California instructors. So here's our meeting in Pomona. Let's watch this. Hey, Wayne Williams here. We're at beautiful Pomona, California. We're at Fairplex, and this is Horse Expo Pomona. And I love it when I get to sit in among all of the beautiful women that attend the event. But we have here in the middle is Christy Landwehr, and this is Certified Horsemanship Association, or CHA. Now, Christy, introduce the other two ladies that are with you.
Absolutely, Wayne. This is Teresa Cackert, and she's with Great Horses of America in Menifee, California. And she's one of our master level instructors and a clinician for us. And over here is Cheryl Ronke-Kronsberg, and Cheryl is with CRK Training Stables in Yorba Linda, California. And she's also a master instructor with us and a clinician.
Great. Now, for those of you that don't know, CHA is a certified horsemanship program. You're based in Lexington, Kentucky. Your offices are actually on the horse park. And it's to ensure that the training and the riding stables and the various things around the country are manned with people who are capable of doing the job. So you certify these, and it's a great program. I mean, it's something that really needs to be done. And you're here, and you're supporting the people in this part of the world who are a part of CHA. And, of course, you cover most of North America, right?
Absolutely, Wayne. Yeah, we're in actually every single province in Canada and in all 50 states. We do have certified instructors. We have about 4,000 active members at any given time. And over the course of how long we've been in existence, which is 1967, we've actually certified over 19,000 riding instructors.
Wow. 1967. You weren't even born yet, were you?
Correct.
Correct. I won't tell you where I was then, but okay. Tell us a little bit about your program here in Southern California.
Okay. Well, at our facility, we do consignment sales as well as sales of our own horses, riding lessons, and then horse training. And the CHA program has just been such a wonderful bonus to our program that we already do. It's wonderful for the kids to have a progressive program that outlines exactly what they need to do. They know where they are, where they need to go next, and what they need to work on to accomplish those next levels and achieve their goals. And so with having a goal-based incentive program, they can earn badges and pins. They're so much more motivated to get it done because they know, what's coming up ahead.
Right. I'll pass the mic down. And
yeah, I have a CRK training stable in Yorba Linda, and I do a lot of entry-level riding and all the way up to local showing. In the past, I have done some world-level showing, but now I kind of concentrate on the beginners and getting the kids up into the show program. And I got my CHA certification a few years back, and it's just been such a great blessing for me. I have increased the ability to teach much better, and just through the program, the certification made myself a whole lot more reliable, so much more accountable, and I think it just gives you a whole lot more credibility.
well, I think it does too, and I'm glad that you ladies all stopped by. Now, Christy, how do they get a hold of CHA again if you want more information on the program, becoming a part of it, or the like?
Absolutely. We have two different websites. One is cha-ahse.org, and that's for instructors to find out how to get certified. And then the other one is chainstructors.com, and that's an online database, searchable, where you can find our folks like Teresa and Cheryl and others by typing in your zip code, and everyone comes up in your area.
Well, it's a great organization. I had fun when I came down to your convention in Lexington. Of course, coming to Lexington, Kentucky, in the horse park, it's always fun, or anything in that area. It's beautiful country. But anyway, we thank you for joining us, all three of you ladies, and please get a hold of CHA and find out what they're all about. It's a great, great program. Thank you. We got more coming right here. Horse Expo Pomona, speaking of horses. The American Morgan Horse Association, or AMHA, is pleased to recognize half Morgan horses as part of a new competition program. Horses that have either a registered Morgan sire or dam are eligible to participate in the AMHA's Half Morgan Competition Program, or HMCP, for awards and recognition. The program is divided into 5 distinct divisions: open show, dressage, carriage or CDE, eventing, and endurance or competitive trail. Now, the sire or dam of the Half Morgan must be registered with the AMHA, and the name should be known. All horses, owners, and those who compete with the horses must be AMHA members. Points are accumulated following each competition and submitted for year-end awards in each division. Now, recently in Pomona, California, I talked with Kate Chennery Tweety, the daughter of Penny Chennery Tweety, who owned Secretariat. So here's our discussion about her new book called Secretariat's Meadow. Let's watch this. Well, welcome again to Speaking of Horses, and we are here. Again, we're at Horse Expo Pomona, and I'm really happy to be sitting here beside Kate Chennery Tweety. I'll get it correct. If you saw the movie Secretariat, Kate is the daughter of Penny, who was the owner of Secretariat.
Right.
And, we were just discussing the fact that she now has the book out. And the beautiful part was, just a couple of 3 months ago, I was filming in Doswell on the farm.
At the meadow.
At the meadow. So we've got some shots we're going to show you right now of the meadow. But welcome. I'm certainly glad to be talking with you.
Thank you, Wayne. I'm so pleased to be here. It's a great event.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's all about horses.
You bet.
And people, and there's nothing better than that.
Nothing better, nope.
Tell us about the book.
Well, the book was my attempt to try to understand how this amazing horse came into our family. Because, of course, I was terribly proud at the time. I was 20. And then I went on to have this very normal life. I had kids. I had a profession. I became a lawyer. And it seemed as though this just phenomenal event was sort of in this distant past. But as time has gone on, Secretariat has really not been duplicated or eclipsed at all, forgive the pun, and is, still about the most amazing horse that we've seen in our lifetimes. And so it took me until I was in my 50s to say, gosh, how did that happen? How did we get that horse? How did we get so blessed? And so it's really an attempt to understand my grandfather and his passion for horses, his passion for breeding the most perfect horse he could, and my mother's desire and to fulfill his dream, even though he had become old and senile, and win the Kentucky Derby. Of course, she never expected to win the Triple Crown or to have a horse as amazing as Secretariat. But so the book is really a look back to say, how did this all happen? And it was a tremendous experience for me. It took me 3 years. It was a real labor of love. I lived in Virginia for 3 months trying to do research, and I got to really understand all of the people who cared for him, the grooms, the jockey, the trainer, Mom, Lucian. I mean, it became a complete picture.
Well, and it's quite a remarkable story, and I think, watching, say, 10 or 11 years ago when they did the movie on Seabiscuit again, and then to have, Seabiscuit was something really in history to most of us, but then to have Secretariat, who I also, being in the same generation, was glued to the TV watching the Belmont to see if we got a Triple Crown winner, and then the amazing feat that he did there, The whole movie just plays right into our generation.
It does, and I think there's a wonderful resonance for today as well, because Secretariat came along at a time when we were really torn apart in this country. There was Watergate, there was Vietnam, and there was a younger generation that was really challenging everything the older generation had stood for. Well, we don't have that so much that generational split now, but we certainly have sort of a tremendous division in our country politically, and also, I think, economically, between the haves and have-nots. And I think, an animal that is so pure and so magnificent, and that really proves that there is beauty and purity and excellence in this world.
Well, yeah, and I think Americans love the story of underdogs.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And they love the story of coming from, a smaller or a more meager beginning and advancing through something. And I think the story of your mother, of your grandfather before that, and Secretariat all plays into the fact that, yes, they were in the racehorse business and all that, but to come up with a horse of this stature was not expected of that particular group of people. You said it when you said, how did we come to own such a horse? Yeah. And then to have, the fortitude to make it all happen is the American story.
It really is. And with the twist that it's the, it was Mom and a woman who had always pretty much done what it was expected of her, who in the early 70s sort of broke out of the mold of being a housewife. She had essentially been a housewife for 20 years, and took over to fulfill her father's dream, to take over the stable, to learn what she had to learn to make it work, and then to come up with this phenomenal horse. And the great thing was, he was one of the last horses that Granddaddy bred, so she really was carrying on his tradition but making it happen now.
Yeah, it's an amazing story. And every once in a while I go to YouTube and I still pull up the actual video of the 73 Belmont because you just can't believe it, you know.
You really can't. And I go around the country giving talks. I give a slideshow and then I show the main 3 races. And everybody's just cheering at the end. And I still get goosebumps too. That Belmont, you know, and I remember waking up that morning and thinking to myself, oh my gosh, we might win the Triple Crown. And of course it had been the first time in 25 years that would have happened. That was in 73. But nobody ever imagined how he would do it. So that was that added thing that really sort of took it almost into a supernatural level.
Yeah, it did, because it was Citation in 48,
right.
And then 25 years later it was Secretariat in 73. There were only a couple of other Triple Crown winners in the 70s, and then there hasn't been one since.
Not one since. And I truly wish we could. I think we all need a great equine champion. And racing is a wonderful sport, but we've had a lot of tragedy in it. And so it'd be neat to have another horse that really transcended our hopes and our dreams again, like Secretariat did.
Yeah, you know, when you look at Seabiscuit was a champion of the average person during the Depression,
right.
And became that driving force that this underdog can do it.
Yes.
Secretariat, the story of coming from the meager beginnings, did the same thing. Tell us what the book covers.
The book covers, it starts actually in the 1860s, or I'm sorry, the 1820s, when our ancestors bought the land that became the meadow, and then it goes pretty quickly up to Granddaddy, and then through his life and his motivation. He was terribly poor, born after the Civil War into a family that literally prayed for their daily bread, and his dream, he loved horses, his dream was to make enough money so that he could indulge his horse passion and also sort of restore the family name, to a little bit of economic security. So then we cut to Mom, who what made her the way she was. She grew up in New York loving horses and riding and hunting and jumping, and then how she ended up being this housewife who then is given this great challenge at the end of her father's life when he is too senile and these tremendous horses. So it really goes all the way up through that. Then it also talks somewhat about, it's certainly Riva Ridge and Secretariat. Riva, who was left out of the movie, was also our champion, had won the Derby and the Belmont in 1972, the year before Secretariat, which most people don't even know. Mom won 5 of the 6 Triple Crown races back-to-back in 72 and 73.
I did not know.
Isn't that remarkable?
Yeah, I did not know.
Well, of course, the Disney folks said, you can't have 2 high points in the movie, so they left Riva out. But the essence of the movie really was accurate, nevertheless. But so then the book then goes on and covers their offspring. We're actually working now on a book about Riva because his story is also remarkable. And then we're also going to come out in 2013, which is the 40th anniversary of the Triple Crown. We're going to come out with an addendum to this book, which talks more about Secretariat's offspring.
Wow. How do people get a hold of the book? How can they find the book?
Well, it's on Amazon. It's also an ebook. You can get it at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, any of the bookstores. You can also get it at secretariatsmeadow.com, which is our website, and that's all one word, Secretariat's Meadow. And basically any place you can get a book, you can get this book. You can also get it signed from our website.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow. Well, that is neat, I'll tell you. Finding out that you were going to be here after I had just been recently to Doswell,
yes,
and getting a chance to do this interview is really great, and this is a great event here at Pomona too.
Oh, we're thrilled to be here. We're meeting more fascinating people, and there's so many great events that I'd love to go attend and learn from. But we're tickled to be here in Southern California in February. What more could you want?
That's right. It's about 75 degrees.
It's gorgeous.
I live in Wisconsin. This is fantastic.
I live in Denver, and we're about to get 10 to 15 inches, so I'm happy.
Well, Kate, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
It's been my pleasure, and please check out the book. You'll love it, and of course the story of Secretariat is just such an enduring story.
It is. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Stay with us. We got more coming. Speaking of horses, we'd like to make your dreams come true at Active Riding Trips. Whether you're an active horseman, avid horseman, or part-time horseman, you can enjoy Active Riding Trips. You can ride the Gold Rush ride in the mountains of California near the Gold Rush Find. The hills of New England and Vermont, Virginia fox hunting, Tuscany to Ireland, and to South America. It's all there for you. You'll be treated like a king or a queen. And ActiveRidingTrips.com. Get a hold of them. Make your dreams come true and make memories. Woodstar Products offers custom stalls for every barn and every barn style. Woodstar offers top quality design, construction, and customer service for every stall and barn need you can come up with. Custom built for you. Design your own stall with their new system online at woodstarproducts.com. Check them out. That's Woodstar Products. Well, Retired Racehorse Trainer Challenge. How does that sound? There was one in Maryland in January, and now there's one in Pennsylvania in February at the Pennsylvania Horse World Expo. The challenge began in Maryland, in Timonium in January, will end in Pennsylvania. Now that's going to be on February 25th, 2012. So next month, we're going to bring you all of the winning details from this. Now what happens here, 3 trainers and 3 horses will participate, and a 4th horse is there for an alternate. Stuart Pittman will oversee the competition on behalf of the RRTP and moderate the proceedings at those expos. A panel of judges will evaluate performance at each show and select a winner at that Pennsylvania show. The trainers evaluate 4 horses during a 1-hour session at the Maryland Expo, and each trainer selected a horse based on whatever criteria that they choose. The privilege to choose first was awarded based on correct answers to horse racing trivia questions, and the horse who is not chosen by any of the 3 trainers became that 4th or alternate horse available to fill in for an injured horse at any time during the challenge. Again, in our April report, we're going to give you all of the results coming out of this racehorse challenge. You know, at the Kentucky Horse Park, they're starting a new program too. It's something akin to a school in a barn to engage school-age children in discovering the wonder of horses. The new attraction is a joint project between the public and private sectors and will be the first attraction at the park that is dedicated solely to children. The Kids Barn will feature interactive exhibits, while the park's education department staff will host daily hands-on activities with the park's resident horses. Children have a tremendous curiosity and a natural affinity for horses. And since one of the most important missions of the Kentucky Horse Park is to raise awareness and interest in horses, our new Kids Barn will be a wonderful expression of our dedication to that goal. That was according to John Nicholson, Executive Director of the Kentucky Horse Park. Speaking of horses, we'll be coming to the Northwest Horse Fair in Albany, Oregon, and the Rocky Mountain Horse Expo in Denver, both in this month of March. We're going to be there doing interviews and announcing, so we hope to see you in Oregon or in Colorado. Well, that's our March report on World of Equine News. We're certainly glad to have you join us, and we look forward to bringing you all the stories plus the results of that Racehorse Trainers Challenge in our April report. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next month.